session. This is Sweta Roy, your English master teacher at Vedantu. Today we are going to do a beautiful poem and a poem which is going to be very relevant in today's context in the contemporary era, and that is by one of my favorite authors or poets rather, that is of course Robert Browning. Okay guys, and the name of the poem that we are going to do today, we're going to just cover the first three stanzas. It's a long poem containing six stanzas and a little complicated language. So what we're going to cover today is the first half of the poem, that is the first three stanzas, right? So those of you who do not know me guys, I am your English master teacher. I am Sweta Roy. I've pursued my masters in English, and I have devoted my entire career towards teaching. I was really passionate about teaching, and I really the fact really fascinates me how a teacher touches millions of lives, right guys? And that is my passion, and that is my motto as well, to touch each one of you and unleash the power within you people. So in my sessions guys, you all must feel empowered. That's what I tell you in every session. So do put it in the chat box guys before starting off with the session. Do you guys feel empowered? Because literature and language, that is going to only and only literature and language is going to acknowledge your opinions, right? Whatever you have to say. Okay, so yes, that is giving you that power, and the latent power is within each one of you, the latent power of creativity. So guys, do put down in the chat box if you feel empowered, right? Okay, so guys, we'll begin with word of the day as we always do. Yes. Now today's word has been suggested by Rohan Ramesh. A big round of applause for Rohan Ramesh. And the word of the day is vehement. What does it mean? It means showing strong feeling. Okay, passionate or intense. And this is an adjective. Now he has used this word beautifully, saying her voice was low but vehement. That means it showed strong passion. It was forceful, although it was low. So guys, now it's your turn to post the word of the day in the comment section at the end of the session. By the end of the session, please do post your comments, and also don't forget to use this particular word, okay, in your own way in a sentence. Would you do that guys? Yes. Okay, good job. So before starting off, if you enjoyed, do hit the like button. Do share the video amongst your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet subscribed guys. Okay, so that you get all the notifications. Now we'll begin with the rapid fire round from the previous session, that is daffodils. So I hope you have gone through the previous session. All of you, did you all go through? Give me a quick high five. Okay, so the first question on your screen guys, what is bliss of solitude? Very important question. The everlasting memories of the daffodils, the everlasting memories of the wandering clouds, or both A and B? Come on people, very easy and very important question. Have you all put down your answers in the chat box? Are we ready to check the answer? So 3, 2, 1, let's have a look. Yes, congratulations. Those of you who got it correct. I'm sure most of you got it correct. Good job. Next question. Prepared? Ready? Have a look guys. Who said poetry is spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings? P.B. Shelley, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, or William Wordsworth? Come on people. Ready? Yes? Have you all put down your answers? Can we check? 3, 2, 1. Let's have a look. Yes, none other than William Wordsworth, the poet of the poem Daffodils. And he also said, I told you that his statement was very contradictory. In the same, same sentence, he also said poetry as emotions recollected in tranquility, right? So on one hand, he's saying it's the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. That means it comes out spontaneously. But on the other hand, he's also saying that it is emotions recollected in tranquility. That means when you are in a tranquil or peaceful mood, you recollect all your emotions, just as the poet has done in this particular poem, right? So it's quite contradictory, but that's the beauty of his statement, right guys? Okay, so before starting off with today's session, I have an interesting riddle for you people. what gets wetter the more it dries? Any idea? Can you riddle me this? Okay, so think about the answer. We'll have a discussion at the end of the answer, at the end of the session. So please stay tuned. Okay? Right, guys. So now we'll talk a little bit about Robert Browning. Now, do you know, guys, Robert Browning was very, very famous. He was a Victorian poet, of course. He was very famous for his dramatic monologue. Now, what is a dramatic monologue? Any idea? Okay. So a dramatic monologue, as the name itself suggests, it contains monologue. That is just a single speaker. So the poet is going to address to an absent audience, right? And this dramatic monologue gives insight, a deep insight to the character of the poem, whoever is speaking. Okay, so the character, we can read the mind of the character, right? So that is very, very important in character analysis. His famous dramatic monologue, guys, My Last Duchess. It's a beautifully written poem. Okay, and of course, his verse is noted for its irony, its social commentary, characterization, of course, very important because dramatic monologue, yes, historical setting, and also challenging vocabulary and syntax. Okay? So, guys, now today we're going to start with the poem, The Patriot, and we're going to deal with the line by line analysis of the first three stanzas, vocab, poetic devices. We are going to wrap it up with the homework question. Okay? Now, let me give you a short introduction to this particular poem. It's a dramatic monologue, again, The Patriot, and the name itself suggests that it's, it's of course related to, of course, one of the theme would be patriotism. Yes, yes, right. So it deals with patriotism, it deals with religious faith and the harsh realities of of leaders, right, who are true to the sense of patriotism. And it also speaks about the sacrifice and misunderstandings, the rise and the fall of leaders. That is something which is very, very, very noteworthy. And his dramatic monologues are really very famous in the Victorian era. All right, and it is subtitled as An Old Story, right? So definitely that would remind you of something when you read through the poem. It would be reminding you of another similar story. Do let me know at the end of the session in the comment section which story could you relate to when you read the entire poem. So today maybe you would not be able to relate, but yes, after completing the poem, I'm sure you're going to relate this to an old story. So do let me know after that. Now we will be beginning with the line by line analysis of the poem, guys. So let us first read the very first stanza. Okay? It was roses and roses all the way, with myrtle mixed in my path like mad. The house roofs seemed to heave and sway, the church's spires flamed, such flags they had. A year ago on this very day. Very, very important. This is talking about, it's a flashback. It's talking about a year ago, right? So what happened a year ago? First, let us check the vocabulary. Very important. Myrtle is an evergreen shrub, okay? Heaving is sound. Swaying is, of course, moving back and forth, swinging. Spires is an important word for you people. It means a tall tower that forms the superstructure. Usually a church temple that tapers to a point at the top. So here, this is how it looks like, right? So it tapers. This is how the building of a church or a temple looks like. So tapers to a point at the top. Okay, so this is the structure, right? That is spire. All right. Now, first of all, guys, do let me know the answer to this particular question. Who is the speaker of the poem? The author, the patriot, a common man, none of the above. Very simple question. Please put down your answers in the chat. Can we look at the answer? Have you all given your answers? 3, 2, 1. Let's check. Yes, guys. Very, very, very good. Well done. The patriot is the answer. Now, let us move ahead with the explanation. Now, the Patriot says, as I told you, it is talking about a year ago, right? On this very day, what happened was there were roses all his way, and people were welcoming him. So he was hailed as a hero. Okay, so the patriot was welcomed by roses, welcomed with roses. They were strewn on his path. Okay, just like red carpet entry, what you call today, right? So that was like a red carpet entry for the hero or for the patriot. Not only the roses, but white, fragrant myrtle. They were also spread across his way. So of course, it was a grand welcome, and the people of the city were so excited to see that they were madly spreading these beautiful fragrant flowers. So yes, myrtle strewn, and madness, frenzy of people. Why? Because they wanted to have a glance of the hero, okay, of the patriot, right? In order to celebrate his victory. And he was hailed as a hero. And there were so many people. There were so many people, not so much, so many people on the house roof that it seemed that they are moving like oscillator because of overweight. So heaving and swaying, very very important point, guys, for your explanation of that heaving and swaying, because that comes in your paper, right? Even the spires, the top of the church seemed to be burning as they were laden with flags. Now why were they laden with flags? To celebrate the victory of the patriot. Okay, I hope you've understood each and every line, because these are the important lines which comes in your paper. Moving ahead with the poetic devices. So first of all, anaphora, roses and roses, of course, repetition. So I hope you have seen the poetic devices wala video, which I have already posted, where I have explained the most commonly used poetic devices. If you have missed that, guys, please have a look. I have explained anaphora at length. Okay. Now, simile, yes. Comparison, of course, using of like. Okay, and it's a hyperbole as well, because this is an exaggeration. Okay, mitral mixed, and of course alliteration, mitral mixed, alliteration is also there, right? Needless to mention that. Okay, so hyperbole, mitral mixed, madness. Okay, hyperbole is, it's an exaggeration, right? And then we have metaphor over here. Churches spires flamed, right? So they were such flags they had, so that means they were almost like they were burning. So again, a comparison, है ना? But the comparison is implied or implicit. That's what a metaphor is. Personification, the house roof seemed to heave and sway. So how can someone move? Okay, so of course this is an attribution of human quality, right? So that is what it is. So these are the poetic devices. Are you all clear with all of that? Give me a quick thumbs up if you are absolutely clear with this. With that, we would be entering into our question. What happened a year ago? He was hailed as a hero for his glorious victory. He was kidnapped by the king's guards. He was crowned as the king, or none of the above. Come on, people. Give me a quick answer in the chat box. Can we have a look at 3, 2, 1? Let's see. Yes, he was hailed as a hero for his glorious victory. Good job, good job, good job. So guys, before moving further, let me ask you one very simple question. How many of you are facing a lot of issues when it comes to your education, because the pandemic on and the entire process of education going haywire? I'm sure most of you must be facing a lot of problems, right? And most of you must also, most of you must be dreaming or aspiring to get wonderful, wonderful, to come out with flying colors, right? 100% knowledge and 100% marks. When I was at your age, even I did that. Right? So, guys, what if you get that promise of improvement? Wouldn't it be fascinating, guys? And wouldn't it, and isn't it, of much need right now? Don't you think so, guys? So we have come up with the perfect solution. It's going to solve all your doubts, all your queries, give you the confidence, and take a guarantee of your improvement. Vedantu improvement promise is that step that we have taken. You want to know how can we do that? Okay, so stay back, guys. I'll be talking about that as well. Now we would be moving ahead with the second stanza. Let us read together, guys. The air broke into a mist with bells, the old walls rocked with the crowd and cries. Had I said, good folk, mere noise rebels, but give me your son from yonder skies, they had answered, and afterward, what else? Interesting, interesting. Vocabulary, rock here is shivered, and yonder is some distance. This is an archaic word. Archaic is this is no longer used, it's an obsolete word. Okay, old word, right? Now the air broke into a mist with bells, meaning that the sound of the bells which were ringing in the honor of his victory. Very, very important because you could be asked this question, right? What does this mean? So it means that the sound of the bells were ringing, okay, in the honor of his victory, right? And the cries of the joy were so loud that they shook the walls of the houses. Yes. So people were absolutely in a frenzied state just to have a glance of the hero. They were so happy that if the patriot could have asked him, the son, they would have replied, what else? Okay, so they were willing to do whatever the patriot would have said. Okay, so that was the scenario 1 year before. Okay. Imagery, the air broke into a mist with bells. We can almost visualize. Okay, and then we have hyperbole. But give me your son from yonder skies. Of course, this is an hyperbole, and this is an exaggeration, right, guys? Okay, so I was talking about Vedantu improvement promise, and I talked about the major problems that you face. Most of you have answered about doubts, yes, question and answers, or maybe assignments, notes, then papers, test papers, analysis. These are the problems that you usually face. So each problem has been taken care in our Vedantu. How? Because we have unlimited live classes with fun and high level quiz questions. You can participate in quiz questions in each session. No more waiting for mentee session for quiz questions. Okay, that too live, of course, live quiz. You can participate. You can compete with the students throughout the world. You have interactive replays. So replays are also not going to be boring at all. They are there also. You can participate in the live quiz. You have the leaderboard shown at the end, which is going to show you your overall class rank and earn points. And we have downloadable content with handwritten notes of the master teachers, which you can of course download at the end. Plus, we have quality tests and assignments, and we have class teachers solving each and every doubt of yours. Plus, we also have another doubt solving app that is also very, very important. We have micro courses, unlimited micro courses and crash courses, and now we have pro exclusive micro courses, guys, only and only for you people, which is starting from 5th of July. I have taken up, Poetic Devices, I've taken up grammar. So these are pro exclusive micro courses which you can definitely attend uh, by taking the subscription, right? Pro subscription. So that all of this at a very, very, very less price. What do you need to do? You just need to visit the link and use the coupon code SWRE and PRO. Okay? Okay, that's going to give you a 10% discount, mind you, right? Okay, so now we'll move ahead with the third stanza. So what is the third stanza saying? This is the last stanza for today. Okay, let us see. Alack, it was I who leaped at the sun. Very important is leaped at the sun. There is a myth over here. It is referring to a myth of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun, and his wax wings melted. His wings were made of wax, okay, and he was warned not to fly too close to the sun. But of course, he's ambitious. That reveals his ambition, of course, and he flew too close to the sun, and then he was dead, right? Because his wax wings melted. So please note this, the Icarus myth, okay? To give it my loving friends to keep, not man could do have I left undone. And you see my harvest, what I reap this very day, now a year is run. Okay. First, let us look at the vocabulary. Alack is an exclamation. It is again archaic. Not is the digit 0. And reap is cut or gather. Right? So let us check what is the poet trying to say. Now the scene is shifting to 1 year later on that same day. Remember 1 year ago what happened to the Patriot? He was hailed as a hero. People were mad about him. They were spreading myrtles and roses in his path. The church spires were, heaving. Right, all the people were gathered to just have a look. So it was a VIP treatment. Yes, was like red carpet treatment है ना. Now what happened, the Patriot says alarm in grief. According to him, he leaped at the sun to give it to his loving friends to keep, which means of course I told you about the ICSE myth. So he became maybe too ambitious, right? It was quite a difficult task which no one else could have done if he had left it undone, right? The idea of leaping at the sun has been borrowed from the Greek tale of Icarus. I have already told you the story, right? Icarus flied high and his wings were made of wax. He was successful in flying up. However, when he flew, because of course he started to feel that fun of flying when he started to fly with his wings made of wax for the very first time. So he forgot about the warning which was given by his father, Daedalus. Okay, and then the wax starts to melt, and finally his wings got detached. He fell down and he died. So one should never. So what is the moral of this myth? One should never do something beyond his limits, or else it is going to lead to its downfall. That is what happens in this poem as well. The Patriot also did something beyond his limit. That led to his downfall. Okay. So the Patriot also repents for doing too much for his country and people. That is what he talks about here. And that is why he compares himself to flying close to the sun. That is the Icarus myth. Having done too much, okay, he now repents over his struggle. And then what happened next? We will be checking that in the next stanza. What about his downfall? Did he actually have a downfall? What happened to him? What happened to the Patriot? Let us check that in the next session. Okay. So for now, guys, the poetic devices here is of course allusion. Because what is an allusion? When the poet is talking about something which is very famous, he's just making a passing reference of something which is very famous in history or myth, right? Or culture. So here, of course, it's talking about Icarus myth. Hyperbole, of course, exaggeration. And then we have metaphor. As you see my harvest, what I reap. So there's a comparison. Okay. So, but the comparison is, of course, implied, not direct. So that's a metaphor. And now we have a question for you people. That is, what brought about the change in his life? He was arrested for his misdeeds. He was defeated by the enemy. He was found spying for the enemy country, or both the enemy. Very simple, guys. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's have a look. Yes, he was arrested for his misdeeds. And what exactly was his misdeeds that is not very clear in the poem. So the poem is, yes, the language is a bit tough and it is having ambiguity. So what misdeeds did he have? That's not very clear. But yes, of course, what he says is that, he flew too close. He became too ambitious and he did something which is beyond his limits, and he was arrested for his misdeeds. Now, guys, I told you that I would be talking about the plan as well. So we have 3 types of plan: light, classic, and plus. Light is, going to give you, light is going to give you test series analysis, notes, everything that I discussed, right? All of the plans are going to give you all the features that I discussed with you, right? Micro courses, free micro courses, notes, test series analysis, okay, and of course You can compete with the students throughout the world, right? All of these are amazing features. But in light, guys, in classic you will have, doubt solving plus a special doubt solving app you will have in the plan of classic. And in class pro, plus, you're going to have a personal mentor. So these are the three types of plans. Plus you have unlimited micro courses. As I told you, I talked about my micro courses, pro exclusive micro courses starting from 5th of July as well, right? So don't forget to visit the link and use the coupon code. And with that, guys, we would check the answer for the riddle. How many of you have already got the riddle's answer? Give me a quick high five in the chat. Most of you? Yes? Can you check? Can we check? Right? Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1, start. It's a towel. Very simple. Very, very simple. I'm sure most of you have already got it, guys. Right? So please note the Vedantu Pro subscription batch starting dates. CBSE, ICSE, Maharashtra Board. Okay? For grade 9th and for grade 10. Have a look, guys. Take a screenshot and don't forget to get yourselves enrolled. You enroll, guys? Just click on the link and don't forget to use the coupon code, which is going to give you a complete 10% discount. And with that, this is your homework question. Don't forget to put down your thoughts on the homework question or your inputs in the homework question in the comment section. Explain with mitral mixed. Okay, explain the line. Okay, or explain the phrase rather. Okay, with mitral mixed in my path like mad. Would you be able to do that, everyone? I'm sure I have already explained that. You can take the help of that slide. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. I hope you people enjoyed so far. And in the next session, we are going to complete this poem. And then finally, we'll have a complete one-shot analysis of this entire poem. Right? So thank you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the video amongst your friends, and if in case you've not subscribed, guys, do subscribe, do hit the bell icon so that you do not miss out on any important notification. Till then, take care. Bye bye, everyone.